Hey, so this is Derek. We just moved into a place in Portland. We've been traveling a lot the last year, and we were in Bali recently. So we just moved to this place in Portland. I wanted to show you this apartment, and then I'll tell you what I'm going to work on this summer, what you can see from this channel. Quick, I'll give you a little apartment tour. It's a studio, but it's actually really spacious. I love that I have a whole bunch of bookshelves behind me. So there's a big bookshelf over there, and then also a pretty big bookshelf here. So I can make a lot of videos. We can kind of sit in a little reading chair over there by the window, do some reading, read some books. And then I also have a little desk kind of in the back corner over there, which I haven't set up. We just moved in today. We've been back in the US about a week. So the things I'm working on this summer, let me find a place where there's some light. I'll sit down here on the couch. So a few things. I just finished another novel, which is a vampire dystopian novel that I've been working on for a long time. It was really difficult for me to get right and to finish. Wow, there's so much light here. Anyway, so mostly I'm going to be working on editing that book this month. I set up a pre-order for that book, which I haven't done for a long time because I've been having trouble finishing the book. My big problem for my big goal or aim for this summer is doubling my word count speed. So I've been getting up to like 1,200 words a day if I consistently sit down and do the work, which isn't bad. You can finish a book every 2 or 3 months if you do that. I want to get up to 5,000 words a day. The last few days I've gotten up to like 2,500 or 3,000 words. So there's a lot of things I'm doing to try to boost my word count. I'm kind of experimenting with keyboards and apps and software and supplements and all sorts of different lifestyle hacks to improve my word count. Because if I want to be a full-time author, it's really important to put more books out more quickly while also writing better quality, more marketable books with a bigger audience or whatever. So I have lots and lots of fiction projects I want to put out, but I don't want it to take me 10 years to do them all. I want to be putting out, my plan for this year was like a book a month, and now it's already June, and I haven't, like for 5 months, I've been working on this book and I just didn't get it done. So I really am focused this summer on upping my word count, putting out this book I have to edit in the next like week now. So I'm also going to make some videos about editing and the editing process and how to hire an editor or work with an editor. I heard a bunch of comments on Facebook today actually where a lot of authors get ripped off by editors because editors are usually individual small businesses who just say, well, I can edit books, so I'm going to make a website. But then if they change their mind or they don't like working with a client, they can just disappear or they can shut their business down. So it can be risky. I've seen a lot of authors get ripped off or lose money by hiring an editor that disappears. So I'm going to try to address some of those problems. I'll talk more about self-editing, working with an editor, on the one hand, getting through your rough draft. Mostly, like I focus a lot on the book marketing stuff, and I'm realizing what I need and what authors need is more help getting the work done. So finishing the book, and then the publishing book, like that's just technical stuff. I mean, anybody can just help you design the book and upload it to Amazon. That's not a huge deal. Editing is more of a different issue because on the one hand, it can make all of the difference in the world because the book is really the thing that matters the most and it really has to be good. So if you don't know how to do that, paying for an editor, developmental editor who can help you to do those things could make it better. I personally don't edit because I have a PhD in literature and I kind of know what I'm doing. Doesn't mean my books are perfect. My books tend to have a lot of typos because I also push myself to put stuff out quickly and move on to test the market. And because I know that like the difference between a 98% accurate book and a 100% accurate book, most readers aren't going to find all the typos anyway. And if the book doesn't hold their attention and they don't keep reading, those few typos don't matter at all. So I'm trying to write better books that suck people's attentions and keeps them reading. I'm getting a lot better at that. So this book that I'm going to put out is going to be a lot better than previous books I put out. It should do pretty well. It's also in a more marketable, hotter genre than some of the other stuff I've been doing. And then I have an alien invasion story and a dragon shifter story. And then like for the rest of the year, I want to be putting out the sequels to all the other projects that I've started. So books 2 and 3 of some of the other stuff. The way that I'm personally publishing fiction is pretty weird. I'm still doing a lot of experimentation, which some people don't like, or some of my readers don't like. But I'm also learning much faster than the average author what works and what doesn't work. So that I can very quickly now start putting out stuff that sells really well and doesn't take much or any marketing. And also because I've built up my platform the last couple of years, I don't really have to do very much marketing to launch a new book. I can kind of just put it out to my audience, which I've done deliberately. So I've talked a lot about book marketing and building a platform and all that stuff. I'm also getting clearer about, even though I have so much content, so many, like hundreds of hours of videos and blog posts and stuff, it's overwhelming and most people don't know where to start. And it's just too much. Like people don't want to consume that much content. So I'm trying to get better at simplifying the basics. So I have a new version of, in the past I did last year when we were in Montenegro, I did like a 5-day challenge for guerrilla publishing. I've redone those videos and tried to organize a lot of my best content. And I'm going to relaunch that this summer. So it'll be a 5-day challenge, an email series and video series where I'll kind of go through the guerrilla publishing system. Hopefully, on the one hand, simpler because the videos I put out last year were too advanced for a lot of authors. So on the one hand, hopefully simpler. On the other hand, you should get, I mean, it's a free video series. It's a free, there should be activities and challenges. I'm trying to get people to take action quickly and see results. Because if they don't see results, then people don't believe that my way works. And I basically just want, there's still a lot of discussion. Like some people don't believe that writing for market produces better quality books. So that's something I can't really, in the past, I've just kind of ignored that. And like, if you don't want to believe that this stuff works, like you can either try it and see success and believe it, or you can decide that that's not how you want to do it, which is fun, but most authors don't see success. And that's really frustrating. Most authors lose a lot of money. They don't see success. They're frustrated. They can't get anybody to read or review their books after they've spent years writing it. That's a problem I work really hard to try to fix, but I can't make people, well, I used to think I can't make people believe me. Like if people don't want to believe me, that's their problem. I don't really believe that anymore because if I want to be an educator, if I want to help people and teach people, I have a moral obligation of getting people to believe me so that they'll take the action. That's something I've been missing that I really discovered this year, is that if I want to, it's not enough just putting out lots of content. I've always focused on putting out really high quality content and then letting people just, do it themselves. But if I'm not also communicating in a way that gets them to want what I'm providing and do the work, if I can't get them to believe in me and in my marketing stuff or my publishing stuff, if they don't do the work and they don't start and they don't take action, I'm kind of letting them down. Because also there's lots of people, I got a really funny comment on YouTube recently, which was like, you're never going to make any money at course sales because you're too honest and you don't lie, basically. And the downside is there's a lot of other people who will sell much harder. They're much more confident. They'll sell really, really hard and get people into their program, but then usually possibly not provide stellar results. Not necessarily because they're hacks or cheats or scam artists or whatever, but because just finishing a book and marketing a book isn't enough to have a best-selling book that earns a living. It's difficult unless you do it the right way. Most other people will take your money and help you with book marketing, but they won't help you to write the kind of book that will be successful. That's what I want to help you do. That's what I probably feel is my unique selling proposition. That's what makes my stuff really unique, is that I really focus on writing the right kind of books. And 95% of your book marketing, in my view, should happen before you launch the book. So almost everybody else, you'll finish a book, you'll find somebody who will design it and market it for you, but 95% of the results will depend on the kind of book that you've written and how many people want to read that kind of book. So if you're hiring someone or you're doing book marketing after the fact, after you've published your book, you probably have a book that's not going to perform very well. You really have to start at the beginning, do your research, find out what's going to sell, and write books that way. So I'm kind of going in a little bit too deep here, but I just wanted to show you my little apartment. I'll give you one more little quick view. We just moved in. I'm going to do a lot of videos. I'm going to do a lot of work. I have to edit this book this week. Then I'm going to write 2 more novels. This is kind of my little office area back here. I'm going to write 2 more novels this summer. I also want to rewrite guerrilla publishing. I have a whole new system for writing nonfiction, which is going to be a lot better. I learned a lot this year about that. So I'm going to rewrite guerrilla publishing, and then some of the other books that I have on publishing, like write, publish, format, promote. Book marketing is dead. I have like probably 5 books on publishing or book design that I'll rewrite and rebrand a little bit and just use a little better. I haven't really been marketing myself very well. So the other big piece of all of this is for the last like 5 years, I've been putting out content, but I haven't focused on growth. And I'm at a point now where the thing that I've been resisting is growing bigger and with advertising basically. And I haven't done that yet because I felt like my stuff isn't good enough yet. I don't really want to send it out or share it to strangers. Even though I get a lot of organic traffic, even though a lot of people sign up for my list and they get my free resources, I haven't really been doing a good job of scaling up and growing. And that's really what I need to do. So hopefully this summer I'll finish some stuff and then have the confidence to start investing really big in Facebook ads, which I've never really done, but is the biggest source of opportunity and quick growth. And I want to do that so that I can help other people when they get to that stage. So I'm kind of redoing guerrilla publishing. I'll have that 5-day challenge this summer. I'll tell you more about later. I'm going to be really focused on finishing more fiction. My fiction earned a lot last year, but I haven't put anything new for like a year. So I want to get my fiction income back up. And then make sure my nonfiction books are building my platform and bringing clients and audience and stuff the way that they should be, and also helping people. Like I said, it's not just about information. Most of my books are all about information, and it really needs to be more about story and about creating an emotional resonance with readers. So that's something Don says, inexpensive Facebook ads leading to freebie and chapter reads. That does go well. The reason I can't advertise yet with books is I've been putting out a lot of book ones and no series. So advertising is great if you have a series, and you can advertise a free book and you get them to get the 99-cent book and then they keep reading the series. That's great business as an author, as a publisher. That's what I need to do. But I'm not doing it yet because I've been testing the market with a whole bunch of book ones. So I've been sending out, I'll probably get to like 10 book ones, which is really frustrating for readers. And then I'm going back and finishing book 2 and book 3 and getting better about writing series and finishing series. Hopefully when I double my word count, if I can get to 5,000 words a day, that would be fantastic. I'm not anywhere near that right now, but I think I can get there. Basically with publishing and writing, you always need to find the thing that you're weak at and either outsource it or learn to do it better. So I know that my sticking point is I'm really good at plotting and outlining. I'm really good at editing, but I'm not as good at the rough draft, the quick getting words on the page draft. And that's what I need to get better at. Even if I have friends who write like 10,000 words a day and they do dictation. I'm not comfortable with that yet, but I think at least I could be writing a lot faster if I get my system down. So I'm really invested in doing that so I can get to 5,000 words a day, which would let me put out a book a month, nonfiction or fiction, a book a month. If I'm consistent for several years, you really can make a lot of money with fiction, but you have to put out, you don't necessarily have to put out lots of books. I have friends who make pretty good money with 3 books. If you have a good series, you can advertise really hard. Like I said, I haven't been there yet because I haven't finished a series yet. I would like to finish a series this year so I can start spending a lot more on ads. But mostly what I'm talking about for my Facebook ads is I could get more people on my website for the free book offer, and then I could put them through my email series, and then maybe they would want my package of DIY book cover templates, which sells really well. Or if they need more help, then they can join the Guerrilla Publishing program, which is kind of like a coaching mastermind plus online course package. I have the problem of always promising the kitchen sink and then throwing in more bonuses and stuff, which is actually a little overwhelming. So my next course is the 21-day author platform, and it will be shorter and simpler and also cost twice as much because I know that it will be more valuable. But because I'm still kind of new at courses, I've been underpricing for a long time. And I just haven't been selling with confidence because selling is not something I'm very comfortable with anyway. But it's one thing that, just like advertising or growing your email list, like it's one thing that you're not comfortable with that you have to get better at. If that's the thing that you need to do to get more, to build your business. Or like if you're helping people, I help people publish, and I don't like them to spend years on something that's not going to be successful and not earn any money. So I can help them write a book that actually is more successful without losing money. Most authors lose money. So that's a pretty valuable service. And I can do a better job because I've been a cover designer and also because I have a PhD in literature. I can do a better job than a lot of the other people who are offering similar services. But if I don't have the confidence to sell it, people will sign up with someone else and get probably pay more and get less results, less quality results. So if I believe in my system, I have an obligation to get better at sales or marketing, to get better and train myself and learn, which is fun. I love sales psychology. I love copywriting. It shouldn't be difficult for me, even if I'm insecure, I don't have the confidence. Confidence comes from like I don't believe in faking confidence. I think confidence comes from experience. So if I don't have the confidence, it's because I haven't had the experience yet. So my first course wasn't very expensive. I was kind of figuring everything out. Like every course I launch is double the price of the previous one, because as I get better at delivering quality digital products, and as I get reviews that people love this stuff and it's really helping them, my confidence goes up. So it's easier for me to sell it and charge more. But just like anything, I think you can't just be successful the first time you do something. I don't think you should just believe in yourself. Like people say, oh, just believe you'll sell 1 million copies and it'll happen. You won't sell 1 million copies unless there's 1 million readers who want your book at the price that you're asking. So like just believing and just pushing and just marketing, that's usually not what you need. You need a great product with a hungry market. So that's what I do. Anyway, I'm really excited to be in Portland. I'm really excited to be in this apartment because it's really quite big, pretty cool. Hopefully I'll make a lot of videos and finish some books. Tonight I'm going to work on editing. I'll make some videos maybe about my editing process. I just uploaded one about my editing process. I'd like to see like how long it actually takes to edit a full book, and I might make like I have a series on how to self-edit your novel, but I made it like a few years ago, so maybe I'll redo that video series. If my videos are helpful, share them, like them, subscribe, leave a comment. I'm probably more social on YouTube than I am on my blog for some reason, but you can say hi or ask me any questions. I'm going to be making a lot of videos this summer, so if you have any specific questions for me, you can just leave them in the comments, and I'll try to make you a video. Thanks, bye-bye.